Welcome to another episode of Psychology and Fantasy Football, where we integrate psychology with fantasy football, pattern recognition, behaviors, how we react to people, how we react to situations, trade negotiations, order of questioning, foot in the door phenomenon.
What's that, Smitty?
We're breaking it all down, baby. We are gonna dig deep into the psyche of the fantasy football owner so you don't make mistakes, give up on players too early, fall victim to the trends out there that are driven by panic. No, not on my watch. And if you're asking, well, what makes you so qualified to be a psychology fantasy football guy, Smitty? Well, I do have a psych degree, and even though I rarely attended class, I'm here to share my knowledge with all of you. How to get inside your opponent's head, how to not fall victim to your own thinking. Let's talk about how you trade using psychology. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how you can win a lifetime membership to sleeperu.com, so don't miss that at the end. All of that and more, the Fantasy Football Show begins now.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. I'm Smitty. Take a lap. Welcome back to another episode of Psychology and Fantasy Football. Trying to break down the mind, bringing up experiments and research from the past to explain behavior, how you are affected by other people, how other people are going to be affected by you, how you're going to read them. And when you're making a trade right now, a lot of you are walking around, meandering around the office, making mistake after mistake. Elevator doors open. You walk in, there's Bob, the elevator doors close, and you say, Bob, what do you want for Javonte Williams right now, pal? I would like to get him from you. Bob's sitting there going, I was gonna drop him, but he's asking for him.
Something must be up with Javonte right now.
Completely dead in the water. Order of questioning is Psych 101 when it comes to fantasy football, pal. We've gone over this before, but I'm doing it again because I'm seeing it over and over. Nobody is worried about the order of questioning, how you word something. I've used this example before in the past, but let me explain it again. Let's say you want to go to the NFL draft. In 2022 in Las Vegas, who doesn't want to go? By the way, I think I'm going to go. I would love to see you all there. Let's say you call up your buddy Jeff.
What's up, Smitty?
What's up, pal? Hey, wanted to know, are you thinking about going to Vegas for the NFL draft in 2022, pal?
You got me on your live feed. You got your voice.
I'm recording you, but I just want to get your first initial reaction.
You got me on your live feed. Your feed? Is that what it is that you do all day? Best friend doesn't know what I even do.
To Vegas for the 2022 draft?
Yeah. You want to go with me? I'm driving. I got a hotel. It's already comped. We go. We walk around Vegas. We live stream. We do it live.
24-hour live show.
I don't know about that, but what do you say? I'm driving. Got the hotel. It's all covered. What do you think?
Let's do it, Smitty.
Okay, so now he's on hold, and what happens next is critical. Because you're going to change the game. You're going to change the scenario. You got one foot in the door. He's committed. And if you take something away, think of this in context of a trade offer. You take away a little bit of the deal. This is why that annoying guy in your league will send you an offer, get you excited, then take a piece out. Go, never mind, McLaurin. I'm not including McLaurin anymore. And you want to pull your hair out because now the deal's completely different, but he's got you hooked because you want to trade. So I've got Jeff invested in the trip to Vegas. Now I'm going to take something away, and he may not have wanted to go at all if I didn't have the part that I'm taking away included. Hey, pal, my car is on the fritz, pal. Is there any way you could drive? My vehicle will be out of commission. Are you good with that?
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Now we've taken a little bit away from Jeff, and he still wants to go. He's committed. I got my foot in the door. Now I'm going to shove my foot even further, and I'm going to pull my body halfway through the door, and I'm going to take away more. Hey, totally didn't see this coming, but my finances got a little tight. Do you mind splitting the gas this weekend, heading up to Vegas?
Yeah, I can help. I can help with that. Sure,
Cool.
I can do that.
Cool. And he's still going to commit to going because he's already invested. Again, picture a trade right now. Picture inching your way into a deal that probably wouldn't be accepted in the place you're at right now, but because you kind of inched your way in, didn't disappoint them all at once, little bits here and there, so they don't really notice what's going on. Subtlety. Okay, now we're just going to take everything away, and he's already going. We're going to get him to basically pay for half the trip. Hey, Jeff, bad news, pal. They didn't comp the room. We're going to have to go 50-50 on the room. We're still good to go for Vegas, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Full disclosure, I did try to run that by him totally without scripting it or talking it out, but I did have to explain myself halfway through. He knew I was up to something and played along, but let's confront him. Hey, I have a question, Jeff. If I would have just came out and said, hey, Jeff, do you mind driving me to Vegas? Do you mind splitting half the gas? Do you mind splitting half the hotel so I can make my trip cheaper? What would you have said if I would have come outright and asked you to do all that, Jeff?
Yeah, probably wouldn't, Smitty. You took me into a free trip to Vegas.
Yeah, so you would have said no?
I got a wife and 2 kids.
So I tricked you into all that, pal. Just how? Order of questioning, Jeff. Foot in the door phenomenon, Jeff. I just got my foot in the door. I just pushed the door open a little more, got my foot in a little further, and I just talked my way into you paying half the trip so I can go to Vegas cheaper, Jeff.
Yeah, now you get your foot in my ass, Smitty.
How's that size 13 feel in the keister?
Oh, like old times. No, that sounds horrible.
How's that foot?
It would be the first size 13 I had in my keister.
The most important lesson here is that you can get what you want if you order your questions right. Not every time, but it's going to help you inch closer to a deal that maybe you wouldn't have got or even sniffed if you didn't take the right steps at the right time. Some trades can't be had. Sometimes you can't get Ridley using a locket. Sometimes you can't trade for a DeAndre Hopkins for a wide receiver that's normally a wide receiver too, but going crazy. Sometimes it just won't get done. But if there is a shot of you getting a deal done in a trade, sometimes the order of how you say things, sometimes your setup can matter. So that was kind of foot in the door phenomenon with a little bit of order of questioning, but let's go over order of questioning in further detail. Let's say you're going after a guy like Jamar Chase on Jeff's team, and he's your target player. That's the guy you want. You also like Tyreek Hill, obviously, but your target player is Jamar Chase. And let's say you're not really all that interested in DJ Moore, but these are his wide receivers. The very worst thing you could do is just walk in and ask for Jamar Chase. Why? Because you're literally telling him what you want. You're telegraphing it like a quarterback, just tossing the ball down the field, just going like that. You're not masking what you're doing at all. This does two things. One, he either thinks he's better than you at fantasy football. Whether it's true or not doesn't matter. What matters is what he thinks. If he thinks he's better at fantasy football than you, then he doesn't want to be outsmarted. And you asking about his player is going to validate his draft skill. And he's going to be like, you want my guy because I know what I'm doing. If you outright ask for him, you're going to drive him away 8 times or 9 times out of 10. Maybe 10 times out of 10 because you're telegraphing what you're doing. Clearly, you're asking for a player you think is going to do better than their current draft value, which is why you trade for people to begin with. And in the case where he feels he knows more than you, he's going to say no to spite you, to try and get one up on you. You're telling him what you want. He wants to negotiate. If he's better than you in his mind, he's like, I'm not going to say yes to the first offer. I'm going to try and get way more from him, or I'm going to say no. I'm going to make him beg for Jamar Chase. And in the case where he feels you know more than him, he feels inferior to you, whether it's true or not, it matters what he thinks, then he's not going to trade with you at all. Because if you go asking for a player of his, he's going to say, why do you want him? He knows more than me. I don't want to look like a fool. Jeff would rather turn down a trade if he feels inferior and miss out on maybe getting the best player in the deal. He'd rather miss out on that and not run the risk of doing a deal that's going to make him look bad. So whatever player you ask for out of the gate, it's going to be a 9 times or a 10 times out of 10 no. Why does he want him? Man, I would have probably traded him, but he asked for him. Something's going on. I'm going to hold and wait. Either way, Either scenario, whether Jeff thinks he knows more than you or he thinks you know more than him, he's running away from the trade offer if you come right out and order of questioning is not right. When your order of questioning is non-existent, you're just telegraphing what you want. Point blank, I want Chase. When does that ever work out for you? Think about it. Your best plan of attack is to ask for Tyreek Hill first. And you like Tyreek Hill. I put a check mark to identify that. So offer a trade that if it gets accepted, you're okay with it landing. You're okay with the deal going through. Just like in an auction draft where you nominate a player you're not really targeting, but you like them. If you land them, good. So be it. So make sure your offer is good enough that if it gets accepted, awesome. Move on. You got Tyreek Hill. But the point of the exercise here is to get him to say no. No. He's my best player. In his mind, he's my best player. Even though we know Hill is his best player, him saying no, Tyreek Hill's my best player, in a way devalues Ja'Marr Chase just a little bit. Not a ton, a little bit, because you're putting him in his place. You're prioritizing. You're verbally and subconsciously saying, no, Ja'Marr Chase isn't my number one. Hill can't go anywhere. He's my number one wide receiver. So in the case of DJ Moore, again, let's pretend we don't want him. I'm not saying anything bad about him, but I want to give you the example. You make an offer that you know he's not going to accept, and you get him to say no again. Now, if you're watching this in 2022 and Ja'Marr Chase is the best player in the deal, I don't want to see the comments, Smitty, I can't believe you have a video here that says Ja'Marr Chase is not the best player in the deal. Look, 2022, Bill, he's climbing up right now, okay? That's the whole point of this video. So you ask for DJ Moore, you offer a trade he's going to say no to, boom. Now in his mind, he's saying, I've got two guys, I'm not trading, these are my potential 1 and 2s, and he may like Ja'Marr Chase as his number 2, but you're getting him to say no, and it's still a big name player to him. He's prioritizing here. The key is to get him to say no twice. Get him to say no 3 times if you can. Let's say he's got stacked wide receivers and he's got Devontae Smith. Now you can ask for Devontae Smith. Get him to say no a 3rd time. Even if they're out of order, you're getting him to say no. Now, this is where the key part comes into play. Don't say his name. I know that sounds weird, but don't say his name. Make him come up with the idea. Even if he's going to shoot it down, he may have never done the deal anyway. I'm going to get you as close to the sun as I can. It's your job to look at the sun. Okay, don't look at the sun. You know what I'm saying. But now the key is to say, okay, well, Jeff, what other wide receivers do you have? You know he's got Ja'Marr Chase, but you want him to say Ja'Marr Chase. You want the words to come out of his mouth. Make him say his name. Make him say his name like Heisenberg made people say his name.
Say my name. You're damn right.
So he says, well, I have Ja'Marr Chase. He may say I have Ja'Marr Chase, but I'm not trading him. Again, I can't help that. But if there is a shot that he's vulnerable and will trade Ja'Marr Chase, this would be the time that he suggests the trade. And keep in mind what I said earlier. If he feels you're smarter than him, you're craftier than him, he's afraid of your trade tactics, you're not coming at him with Ja'Marr Chase. So if he is vulnerable, if he doesn't know how good Ja'Marr Chase is going to become, you've got him. Because right now, he said no to you. He feels in control. He took the bull by the horns and he said no to you over and over. And he's going to make you take his last wide receiver, the one you didn't even know was on his roster. So he's going to suggest it. How about Ja'Marr Chase? Or I have Ja'Marr Chase. And you go, well, yeah. I mean, what do you want for him? I mean, I can't give up a ton. I got so-and-so. Now you've got him. If you've got him at all, if there's an opening at all, that would be it. You didn't chase him off. You didn't telegraph your pass. You made him think that, oh, I can come up with something. And I shot down all your ideas. You're not going to make me look like a fool. And in the case where he knows more than you, it's his idea. Even if he thinks he's better than you, he's coming up with the idea, not you. You didn't even know he had Ja'Marr. That's your only shot to get a guy that truly believes, whether it's true or not, truly believes he's better than you at fantasy football. That's today's lesson, psychology and fantasy football. We went over order of questioning. We went over foot in the door phenomenon. We pestered Jeff. We got Jeff to take us to Vegas. All expenses paid by the time we're done with them. We even put our shoe where the sun don't shine.
Jeff?
Hope you learned a lot. Get ready for more psychology and fantasy football. I'm going to bring it to you all season long and all off season. And we're going to build up a nice little library of fantasy football and psychology content here on the Fantasy Football Show. Get my text device at heysmitty.com. This is my live stream schedule. I'm live from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. every single Tuesday and Thursday. I'm live at midnight Eastern every single Friday and Saturday. And you can catch me on IG at the Fantasy Football Show the entire 1 hour leading into morning game kickoff. And my Instagram you're going to want to follow anyway, because on a lot of our shows we do the voicemail segment, and you got to go to my Instagram, hold down the microphone in a message to me and record your voicemail, and I bring those onto the show. So you need to get over to my IG and follow me so you can ask a question on the show. We have a whole lot of fun with those. I got a challenge for you for week 5. Do a 3-pick prop over under contest where there's 3 of them on one prop, and you got to get all 3 right. If you get all 3 of your props right on the one ticket, and you use promo code Smitty, and you're new to PrizePicks, and you get all 3 of your calls right, and you send me a screenshot in advance, you can't send it to me later, I will give you a free lifetime membership to sleeperu.com. The content membership, the $29.99, not with the advice, but all the content, the rankings, the bold predictions, lifetime. If you're new, you go to smitty1.com, click on the PrizePicks banner or the link in the description. And on that note, get on over to sleeperu.com for your rankings, bold predictions, and all that, because it's a great site. Best articles, trade calculator, and rankings in the business, baby, in my opinion. And get out of here.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. I'm Smitty.